The biggest thing that I always have to remember about being a model railroader is that ultimately I just need to have fun and do what I like in the hobby. It's so easy to get wound up with our railroads having to be perfect that we sacrifice the parts of the hobby that make it fun. Hey everybody, my name's Jimmy. Welcome to Coffee and Trains. I'm just drinking some store brand coffee today. If you want to tell me what kind of coffee you're drinking and have it mentioned just like these guys right here, you can put that in the comments below. Cheers, guys. Now, this is by no means a problem that is solely a model railroading problem. I'm pretty sure that every hobby has the issue of setup envy. I'm thinking about gaming and photography and all of those different ones. Ones that are definitely a little bit more gear centric, those are definitely ones with setup envy. And by that standard, model railroading is nowhere close to the worst one either. But I keep in mind a few things when I'm attempting to judge whether a project I've done is complete or whether I'm deciding if something is right or good in my eyes. We see things like these works of art in our favorite publications and we think that those magically appeared. A lot of times, those model railroaders have been working for years or decades on their railroads and have honed their skills to a fine point. You're not going to be like that right out the gate. I wasn't, so don't compare yourself to the highest echelon of model railroading because you're going to get down on yourself and no one wants that. Have fun learning the skills to do the things that you need to make your railroad like the ones at the top. Your first model railroad will likely not be your last. This is my 7th one. We live in a time where the internet has spurred a renaissance of the hobby. We have access to so much information and content that we can be inspired by different model railroaders from across the world. We can directly talk to manufacturers and weigh in on what we want them to manufacture. That would have been unheard of 30 years ago. So if you're feeling down on yourself because you don't think your railroad is good enough, throw that attitude out the door and have fun. Okay, now I want to talk to the experienced folks in model railroading. The experts, the craftsmen, the artists, the model railroad lifers. What you have created is simply phenomenal. Your creations inspire thousands of model railroaders. Your railroad is the thing that people see and say, I want to try that. Remember that people put a lot of weight behind what you say. So be an ambassador for the hobby. Now, I've talked to many of you, and everyone I've talked to is a great ambassador for the hobby. But one thing you need to remember is that your words to someone who is just getting started in the hobby can be inspiring or demoralizing. Only criticize when criticism is requested, and make sure that criticism is constructive. Telling someone that their layout looks like crap or ranting all over someone's post online because it's not up to your standards is not okay. That's a person you're talking to, and you don't know what they're going through right now in their life. Your standards are for you only. Be the person you wanted to talk to when you first started. You are that person to so many people out there, and there are so many of us that look up to you because of your skill. When you see people that are really the experts in a field and they're really just not fun to be around, or they're really critical, or they're just not nice, it's not going to motivate someone who's trying to get in to pursue this. Just remember one thing, that ultimately this is a hobby and we are playing and creating. So be kind and play with trains. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Jimmy from the DIY Digital. Stay safe, be kind, drink some coffee, and happy railroading.